Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Braden and got another video for you today. Today we're painting a night hag mostly for my Icewind Dale campaign I'm going to be running for my friends sometime soon, hopefully. We've been putting it off for quite a while now, or I guess I have. I'm the one in charge of it. Um, but anyway, getting into the mini here, as I said before, we have a night hag. She is all sorts of foul and evil. As you can tell, she's holding a human spine with the skull still attached. She's got several heads around her waist and a little necklace made out of tiny little skulls that are probably, I don't know, they're probably like fairy heads or something. Who can say? I guess I can. I painted this mini, and I would be in charge of its backstory if it had one. At the moment, though, it doesn't, so that's what we're going with. We'll say fairy heads for now. Um, the color scheme for this miniature is based on whoever made the artwork for the 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons book artwork. I don't really know what to say. I don't really know. I have no idea what in the world I was just trying to say. The color scheme is based on the artwork done by someone for Wizards of the Coast's 5th edition depiction of the Night Hag. That is about as good as it's going to get. So, but yeah. Normally what I would do is I'd find like 3 or 4 other pictures, especially for these it's really easy for these minis made by these larger companies like WizKids or Reaper because other people have painted them, because they're like a global commercial scale company, and so their minis are able to get out all over the world, and so all kinds of people who do this hobby are able to get a hold of them. And a lot of people, like myself, post their results on the internet. And so I'll kind of scout out a few images here and there and sort of concoct a color scheme based on colors I think would look good. And sometimes I just do something totally different than like anything I find. Like the Oni of Plagues, I kind of had an idea for his outfit a little bit beforehand. And so when I was looking at reference images, I was kind of just trying to get little ideas for little things, sort of. And I was also trying to kind of figure out what sort of things are what color and what sort of things are part of the same, uh, like, what sort of things are part of the same sort of, I guess just the same thing. Like, what things would be the same color and what things wouldn't because they're different objects. I mean, obviously some things are obvious like the weapons and hair and skin and stuff like that, but he also has like a belt and some little tassels that hang down. And there's no telling what those could be part of, so I mean you can make an educated guess, of course, but you never know if something is intended to be the same color or not. But I guess it's kind of up to your interpretation in a way because miniature painting is kind of like that, you know? I mean, I could have painted this night hag with a purple dress, purple robes, I guess is more accurate, um, and red skin. Could have flopped those around, flipped those around, flip flop the colors of all sorts of different things. But instead, I decided to go with the standard colors because, well, I don't really know exactly why I went with the standard colors. I I said earlier that it was because there is probably going to be a Night Hag encounter in Icewind Dale that I'll be running, but at the same time, I haven't actually read far enough in it to confirm whether or not there is an actual Night Hag. I know that there are hags, so I might just have to kind of either make up a Night Hag encounter, or, I can always just throw this in as a little extra thing. Maybe there's a hidden cottage up in the mountains, and when they show up, they will find a trail of who knows what, and it will lead them to the small, bubbling cauldron of the Night Hag. But who can say? For now, it's a mystery. Right around here, I think I should be hitting it with the wash, which lately I have decided to start doing first when it comes to um, the wash and the highlight, because the wash darkens obviously and the highlight highlights. And the reason I used to just do the wash last, like as the very final step before it was done, but then I realized that anything that I had highlight, I don't really know what the past tense of highlight is now that I am saying it out loud. Anyway, whatever I had highlighted would just, get washed out by the wash. And then I was realizing that I was not very happy with those kinds of results. And so I decided to just start doing the highlight as the last step instead. And I think it is definitely working. It is definitely creating miniatures that I'm more happy with, which is good because, you should be progressing with your not only your ability but also your enjoyment level of the hobby as a whole and also your enjoyment level of the miniatures themselves. Um, right now, what you see on screen is me applying some panache to the base. Well, I guess not really because it's part of the mini, but there will be the panache here in a second. I did a little nice beige brown coloring to the bottom because I wanted it to match the little bits of moss that I shredded up with my bare hands. Um, I wanted them to match so that it would be a nice sort of underlayer to it. Um, and when I was doing it, I got a little bit too much water in my brush, and it sort of pooled up and got on the robes a little bit, which ended up being a good thing because it inspired me to um, do a nice little dry brush at the bottom just to give that extra sense of dirt. This last step here, I sort of devised a new technique where I will bust open a red ballpoint pen and then get the ink out of the tube and apply it to the desired areas because I knew that it would dry nice and shiny, which is exactly what I wanted to maintain that nice visceral look. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, goodbye.